Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Khalifa, and today I'm going to be taking you through the day of a life of a consulting director. And yeah, here we go. So I start my day typically around 7:30, 8 o'clock. My wife does school drop off for our kids, so I don't really have to do that. I do the pickup part. And I typically just use my morning to get ready. I do normal hygiene stuff. I typically use my morning to get ready. One thing you'll see is I always have a Monster in my hand in the morning. I have a big caffeine or Monster problem, something I'm trying to get over. But yeah, I typically just start my day with a shower, taking care of normal hygiene stuff, and get ready for the day. Moving on for breakfast, I'm on a diet, so I do about 200 grams of protein. So I have a protein shake, I have egg whites with a bunch of vegetables. Mornings I finish this pretty quickly, and I play with my kids for a bit and just kind of mess around. Once I'm done with the kids, I grab my laptop, grab whatever I need for work, and head over to my office. And then I kind of just get settled in. This is around 8:30, 9 o'clock, where I kind of just get settled for the workday. Okay, the first thing I do every morning around 9 a.m. is essentially go through any emails that have come overnight or any meeting requests that have come overnight that I need to take a look at. My calendar is pretty set in stone for the day or for the week. However, there may be some meeting requests that I have that take a higher priority, and that means deprioritizing some meetings within reason. All right, so after checking emails and looking through meetings, my calendar, the next thing, typically, today's Monday, I'll have leadership calls. I'll have 2 leadership calls. One that is part of my manager's team and will report on everything going on in our world or at the moment. And the second meeting I'll have is my leadership team with my team to kind of understand the problems that they're going through, the projects that their teams are on, that I can assist them with, and etc. This really helps set the tone for the week at least, and we go from there. I'm now about to hop into a daily stand-up where we kind of talk about one of the projects I'm advising on and what's going on in that project. So just to talk about the project, they are going through an ERP transformation. Essentially, they are changing all the systems and tools that they use. They had some big audit issues that they faced, and they've employed us to help them. I can't share more than that, but that's kind of the work that we do. So we have different team members from different sides of the practice, different sides of our company, trying to help this client through everything that they have. And in this stand-up or in this meeting, we're kind of just going over the issues of the day, of the week, or things we need to accomplish, and make sure we're on track, on plan, etc. for things we're trying to do. So my day can change day by day. Typically, I have one-on-ones with my team, and I usually have at least one-on-one a day at this point, and or every other day. So it's some sort of one-on-one, or I'm meeting with, or I'm having a skip level meeting with their team members. So people who are my indirect reports, meaning my direct reports report, if that makes any sense. But I feel like I have some form of one-on-one with somebody every other day at least. So I just wrapped up one of those. What's next on my agenda is a working session for a sales cycle, sales pursuit. I mentioned this in a previous video, but part of my responsibilities include selling projects or helping selling projects. So typically that means working with an internal team, almost like a tiger team, to prepare the material that we're going to present to our prospective client, and that's usually a form of a deck. One note to add is, when I'm working offline or when I'm not in a meeting, when I'm actually doing work, I'm typically living 70% of the time in Microsoft PowerPoint, 20% of the time in Microsoft Excel, and 10% of the time miscellaneous. I spend a lot of time in Microsoft PowerPoint creating PowerPoint slides, decks, to present, whether it's to internal leadership, whether it's to present to our clients, or whether it's a sales pursuit. So a lot of my work has to do with presenting decks. And I would say there's an art to it. Anyone can put together a deck, but when you get extremely good at it, it's almost like a story that someone from the street can walk into, understand what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, and what the outcome you want to happen is, or what your recommendation is. So I really enjoy that piece of creating decks because I feel like it's a form of storytelling, which I enjoy. So I spend a lot of time there. I use Microsoft Excel a lot too because when it comes to project financials, when it comes to budgeting, when it comes to staffing teams, we use Microsoft Excel and I'll say templates created there to kind of manage that, understand project margins, etc. If any of you want to deep dive into some of the actual work that goes into that, I'm more than happy to make another video. Please leave a comment below. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get this channel to grow so I can make more videos like this as well. And the other 10% of the time I'm in random tools, and it's hard to say what I'm in, but there's a bunch of random stuff. Yeah. Yep. Right. Well, you really don't want to approach it from that perspective so you don't come across as too pushy, too one-sided. You want to make sure your thoughts and your POV is very agnostic. Hey guys, so it's about 3 o'clock and I just got out of another meeting. Just as a quick note, if it isn't evident enough, my life and just being a consultant, your life really revolves around your calendar. You live and breathe by your calendar. It dictates what meetings you have, what prep you have to do for those meetings you have. It dictates how busy you are in that day, how much free time you'll have in that day. I would say what's most important in our world or in our practice, and for most consulting firms, is if you get your work done, there's not a lot of micromanaging throughout the day, as long as you get your work done. Obviously, you want to be available, you want to be working, you want to be present when everyone else is working. But that being said, sometimes I need an hour just to step away from my computer and go to the gym like I did, and then I'll get my work done at night or in evenings. That isn't usually the case. I try to get everything nowadays wrapped up during the workday as much as I can because I don't want to work in the evenings, but sometimes it happens. So it's a really flexible work-life balance depending on your manager, your practice, your project, etc. of course. But yeah, it definitely has its pros and cons. Okay, one thing to note, whether you're a consulting director, a senior consultant, or another level in consulting, your day is pretty much the same, like I said, maybe in another video. You live by your calendar, you have some meetings, you have some flexibility, you have some downtime for work you have to get done, independent work you have to get done, so it really depends. But as you level up, your calendar and the number of meetings ideally stays the same, but the type of work you're doing becomes more strategic, the type of work you're doing changes. Those are the kind of key things that will differentiate or get differentiated as you move up. It's kind of an observation I've made throughout my career. I can definitely say I'm blessed to be in this position. I've always wanted to be in this role, and I love my job. I love what I do, and yeah, that's kind of it. One day I think I'll make a video to talk about the pros and cons of being an entrepreneur versus being a consultant or being in the corporate world and climbing the corporate ladder. They both have their pros and cons. Obviously, there's a huge upside to being an entrepreneur, but there are some downsides as well, just talking with friends and some friends I talk to. So leave a comment below if you want me to make a video ever on that. I'm more than happy to. But yeah. Yo.
Hello.
Yo. Do you mind if you could step into my office? Where do you mean? I'm not going to Walmart. Where's Walmart?
Cypress, Walmart. If you don't want to do it, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
Okay, so you want me to go to Target?
The priority is Home Depot.
Home Depot. Target. Home Depot. Target.
Those are the priorities. The Macy's, that's more for,
Yeah, Home Depot, Target, maybe Walmart, and then Macy's.
Yeah,
Yeah, all on a Thursday evening. Yeah. What's great about this is I knew where I had to go, but this is adding to my clip of how what my wife and I talk about throughout the day. So if you couldn't tell, my wife and I both work from home. We've designed our offices very close to each other and stuff like that. So she is right next to me in an office right here. And I go there and bug her all the time. She comes and bugs me all the time. It's fun, but also not fun sometimes. It is what it is. Okay, if I can squeeze it in, I like to go to the gym and, try to just get it done. I typically just do 45 minutes of Stairmaster. Brutal, I know, I'm just used to it now. And I lift for about 45 to an hour, just depending on the day. I try to do it in the middle of the day, otherwise I will never get to it. Hey guys, so it's about 5 o'clock. It's 4:57 on the dot. I came back from the gym, showered, whatever, took another meeting. I had to host a kind of like a town hall that we have every other week. Just as an update on what's going on for everyone that works within the practice. So did that and took another call to prepare for something, reviewed some documents, and I am done. So this just about sums up my day or wraps up my day. If I had to summarize, what a typical day looks like, it's again, like I said in the beginning, it's a mix of one-on-ones, strategy or strategic meetings for planning purposes, leadership calls. It's some calls with clients that I have that I can help on, or projects that I'm on that I can be of help of. And sometimes all hands calls like this. And yeah, that's about it. So that's a typical day in the life. I start at 9 and roughly end at 5. And it's after that I'm pretty busy with my kids, doing dinner time, being a dad, etc. And then I'll try to find time for other stuff I want to do. Sometimes grab a midweek dinner with the wife, etc., or do a date night. But other than that, that is a day in the life of a consulting director. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It will really help the channel grow again. Thank you so much for watching. Khalifa out.